something is moving beneath the waves, something bigger than anything alive today. A predator so massive, it ruled the seas for millions of years. This was the Megalodon, a creature that has transcended science to become a modern legend. Today, we're taking a journey back in time to discover who Megalodon was, how it became the ocean's greatest predator, why it disappeared, and how our world would change if these giants were still alive. Its scientific name is Carcharocles megalodon, which Greek means big tooth. And that's no exaggeration. Individual megalodon teeth reached up to 18 centimeters in length and weighed over half a kilogram. Megalodon lived from about 23 million to 2.6 million years ago, spanning from the early Miocene to the Pliocene epochs. The world it was born into, the Miocene, was a warmer planet, teeming with new forms of life. Fossils have been found in Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and the Americas, meaning it roamed most of the world's warm and temperate seas. The average size estimate for Megalodon is 16 to 18 meters long. That's roughly the length of 2 full-size school buses. Its dorsal fin alone could stand over 2 meters tall, taller than the average human. Its weight could reach 100 tons, comparable to a large whale or 10 fully loaded city trams. Its jaws were about 2 meters wide, with 5 rows of teeth, totaling up to 276. This arrangement allowed the shark to instantly replace broken or worn teeth throughout its life. The bite force of Megalodon is estimated at up to 18.5 tons. That's enough force to crush a small boat or shatter the bones of a whale as if they were glass. For comparison, a modern great white shark's bite force is around 1.8 tons, while a T-Rex's is roughly 5 to 6 tons. Megalodon was an apex predator at the very top of the food chain. Its prey included large marine mammals such as whales, dolphins, manatees, seals, and sea lions. Fossil evidence suggests it had a preference for medium-sized baleen whales, like the 10-meter-long Cetotherium. It could also hunt large fish and even smaller sharks. But even an apex predator was vulnerable when young. Fossil discoveries point to the existence of Megalodon nurseries in warm, shallow coastal waters. These areas offer protection from larger predators and an abundance of smaller prey, giving the next generation of giants a chance to grow. Most often, Megalodon would attack from below, using its speed and mass to ram into the belly or chest of its prey. Such an impact could break ribs and damage vital organs, leaving the animal unable to escape. Megalodon's enormous size can be explained by several factors. The first was an evolutionary arms race with marine mammals. After the Mesozoic era, when the dinosaurs vanished, large whales began to dominate the seas. To hunt them effectively, a predator had to be fast, strong, and most importantly, big. A second factor was biology. Unlike most fish, Megalodon was likely mesothermic, or partially warm-blooded. This allowed it to be a more powerful swimmer and hunt in cooler waters, giving it a huge advantage over cold-blooded competitors. The third factor was the climate and geography of the time. Specifically, the formation of the Isthmus of Panama redirected major ocean currents, essentially trapping nutrient-rich water in the Atlantic and Caribbean. Mountain building events also increased nutrient flow into coastal waters. This led to plankton blooms, feeding smaller organisms, which in turn supported huge whale populations, creating perfect hunting grounds for giant shark. A popular myth claims that megalodons might still exist today, hiding in the deepest parts of the ocean, like the Mariana Trench. This idea is fueled by countless fictional films and grainy, unsubstantiated photos that circulate online. But scientific evidence says otherwise. Megalodons preferred warm, relatively shallow waters. And if they were alive today, we would find telltale bite marks on whales or discover fresh remains, but no such evidence exists. For a long time, the main hypothesis for Megalodon's extinction was ocean cooling during the Ice Age. But research has shown that these giants could tolerate cold waters. The real reasons were likely more complex. First, new competitors appeared, faster and more agile predators, such as the ancestors of modern great white sharks, emerged alongside a giant predatory sperm whale called Leviathan melvillei. The smaller sharks may have been a critical threat, not to the adults, but to their young in the coastal nurseries. Second, whale populations, Megalodon's primary food source, declined. As the planet cooled and ice caps formed, whales began migrating to the frigid, food-rich polar regions, waters that were likely too cold even for a mesothermic giant like Megalodon to hunt in regularly. This was linked to changes in ocean ecosystems, particularly a drop in the number of diatom algae, which formed the base of the food chain. And a third, more cosmic reason has recently been proposed. A star exploded. Around 2.6 million years ago, a supernova roughly 150 light-years from Earth could have showered our planet with cosmic radiation, leading to a significant increase in cancer rates and genetic damage, especially for large animals. Imagine a world where megalodons still swam in our oceans. Commercial fishing would be far more dangerous. These giants could follow fishing boats and snatch their catch, much like some orcas do today. Tourism in warm seas would also change. Resorts in areas where megalodons gave birth would likely be closed for swimming. Even cruise liner routes might need to be adjusted to avoid prey corridors. Naval and scientific operations would face unprecedented risks. Submarines might be mistaken for rival whales, and deep-sea exploration vessels would seem like curious novelties to a giant predator. The ecosystem would look very different too. Megalodons would control the population of large whales, which could alter the balance of the entire marine food web. After Megalodon's disappearance, the ecological niche of the giant ocean predator was left vacant. This allowed whales to grow to unprecedented sizes, leading to the emergence of the blue whale, the largest animal to have ever lived on Earth. Today, the role of apex predators in the seas is held by orcas and great white sharks. They are much smaller than megalodons and cannot hunt the largest whales, but they maintain their dominance through intelligence, teamwork, and speed. Megalodon remains the ultimate monster of the deep, a titan that fuels our imagination and our fears through blockbuster movies and enduring legends. Could new megalodons ever appear? Theoretically, yes. If ocean conditions favored giant sharks and there was enough large prey, evolution could once again produce a super predator. Megalodon is a reminder of how powerful yet vulnerable even the mightiest creatures can be. It ruled the seas for millions of years, but vanished when the world changed too quickly. And yet, the thought that somewhere in the dark depths of the ocean, a giant predator might still be lurking keeps our primal fear alive. Now imagine this. You're in the open ocean with hundreds of meters of water below you, and a shadow glides beneath you, blocking out the sun. Are you ready to come face to face with a megalodon? Subscribe for more deep dives into the most incredible creatures in Earth's history.